Well, there's been a lot of talk about tech, and that includes Canadian e-commerce giant Shopify, which has seen its stock price upgraded by our next guest. He sees the shares climbing above their February peak. Is there potential to break the all-time high that was set during the COVID pandemic? Scott Berg is a managing director of equity research in the enterprise application software arena at Needham, and he joins us now. Thanks very much for being with us. Scott, I guess when I think back to the pandemic itself, Shopify was a company that was indeed very busy, but coming out of the pandemic made a lot of big decisions on how to run their business, which it seems like are catching the eye of Wall Street analysts like yourselves. What's your general take on the Shopify story right now? What makes you constructive on the business?
Sure. Thanks for having me today. If you look at the pandemic, obviously a lot of us jumped to purchase more online during that period when we didn't want to go necessarily into a physical store. And, while we'll call it e-commerce growth rate, it kind of top ticked in 2020 and has returned to kind of normalized growth rates recently. We're really more focused on their international, business in particular. Shopify has been a great story in North America for the last 10 plus years, but as we think about their next growth legs, international has been a significant focus both on the product side and on the go-to-market side, because the challenges internationally are different than they are here in North America. And we think they've done a fantastic job on both of those fronts, and believe that's probably what keeps the company's growth rate above the 20% threshold over the next couple of years is a new story there that's certainly different than the last chapter of the company's book.
Okay, and what specifically, what are you seeing in the strategy and the execution that stands out to you?
Yeah, specifically their managed markets product that was released, we'll call it a year and a half ago. If you think about selling internationally, the complexities are different here in North America. It doesn't matter if we're selling in the United States and sending to Canada or vice versa. That's a pretty simple process, or maybe it has been until the last couple of months, at least with some of the tariff conversation. But when you sell internationally, if you're a French vendor, say, and you need to ship to Tel Aviv, you often have to think about cross-border and currency conversions and different landing costs, maybe tariffs in those organizations or those countries as well. And how do you calculate? How do you manage all that? How do you comply with all those requirements? Well, Shopify's brought a platform that's made it much easier for vendors to transact in that international and global arena. And now with that product strategy, we think that's accurate and correct and right. Those customers can more easily gravitate towards a platform like Shopify, because Shopify will do it all for them, and that instead of those vendors trying to figure out all those compliance complexities on their own.
One of the other things that stood out to me about Shopify, and it's parallel to some of the other big technology companies, is that when they feel there's a message that's being sent by the market or by the analyst community about directionally where they're going that maybe is worth revisiting, that they can move pretty quickly to change course. Obviously, there was the big conversation about Shopify embracing more logistics and sort of taking on Amazon more directly, and then they shifted away from that quite swiftly, actually. But in addition, we're living in this AI boom period, and Shopify is routinely cited around the world as a company that is thinking very specifically about whether or not its employee base can do things that AI cannot do, and growing and leveraging the business through AI. Is that a consideration for you as an analyst when it comes to sort of recommending a stock like Shopify?
It does, especially in Shopify's model, right? If you look at their financial model, it's more transactional. That makes up or comprises the majority of their revenues. So how do their vendors sell more at the end of the day? It could be a new recommendations engine, which AI could be driving, right? It can simplify the sales process or the shipping process, the logistics process, right? There's a variety of use cases for that kind of underneath under the covers. And if their merchants can sell more at the end of the day, obviously it's going to drive their business model. So we think AI is a great application just within the retail ecosystem overall, as customers can, maybe they can try on product differently, right? You've got a camera in front of you that allows you to try on a coat that maybe you couldn't online, right? And see how it fits you. Like I said, maybe it's a recommendations engine, but all of those different components of using AI will help drive more sales, more transactions, and that's what fuels the Shopify platform.